Hey, Mooch Crap J-Dubs.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Mooch, Crap, J-Dub.
Hey Mooch, hey Crap, hey Jay.
What up with your Crap and Mooch and Jay with?
Wake on up, it's Mooch, it's Crap, and Jay in the morning. Wipe your eye boogies, get your coffee finished yawning. This is Mooch and Crap Morning Show. Wake up, let us begin with gaming news, skits, and call-ins from all the fans. No matter where you at, Cali or Pakistan, New York or New Guinea, this is where it's at. These are Xbox dudes with Xbox views on slander and hate towards Xbox news. This is Mooch and Crap Morning Show for the people, and they coming with it. Now do you understand? Now do you get it? Ponies love to lie and PC fans won't admit it, but Xbox hate is real and they all with it. Call in, let it ring in. We here to rock, we here to win. It's about the games, it's about the pride. Now Xbox community, come on, let's rock. Mooch and Crap Morning Show.
Mooch, Crap, J-Dub.
¿Cómo están, bitches?
Hey Mooch and Crap, hey Jay.
Hey Mooch and Crap.
What up, Mooch and Crap and Jay?
Sup, Mooch and Crap. Sup, J-Dubs.
Hello, Mooch and Crap.
What up, Mooch? What up, Crap?
Hey, what's up, Mooch and Crap? You guys have the best damn podcast on YouTube, bar none.
No chills till.
Yes, no chills till. Welcome to M&C Mornings, everybody. My birthday week celebration continues as I get to finally do the introduction for M&C Mornings in what seems like 2 months.
I love when you do the introduction. I get to sit here and have a cup of coffee.
Yeah, but that was actually a pretty good one too. I wasn't expecting that one to actually come in there. So with the no chills, yeah, I actually gamed with Noof yesterday, which is I gave him a little bit of shit for some of the his rantings and stuff on Twitter. And well, you know, it's funny because he was ranting on Twitter, right? Like I mean past the other stuff he was ranting about, but he goes, hey, he's like, he just rants on Twitter. He's like, I hate it when I send messages to people on Xbox Live and they don't respond, blah, 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 blah. So I see that and I check and oh, damn sure he sent me a message the previous day and I didn't respond. And so I told him, I was like, yo, I was like, Noof, I had my alerts turned off because I kept getting messaged to play Fortnite in the middle of trying to record some footage and stuff. And so, I was like, yeah, that, and then I just kind of ribbed him and stuff. But we had a good time gaming last night as well. But it was actually a pretty damn successful night for gaming. We at first I played me and Grave. We did some PUBG. We won. We did one match. We won.
Saw that.
We got our chicken dinner and which was pretty kick ass. And
then
then
you guys all playing. I really wanted to jump on Crap. Honestly, it was like family event, this and that. Everything's going on. And then by the time I got, there's just times, and I think we were saying this on a few shows back, like you get to about 10 o'clock at night, and I saw Noof, and everyone wrote me. I wrote Noof right back, by the way. I would like to put that on the record. So I just said, I probably maybe later. I'm not sure if I can. Sometimes, you get to like 10:30 at night. I think it was Rick. Like Nazi, who's saying it from Warhorse Studios. Remember for a couple Fridays ago, Crap.
Yeah.
He was saying I get on around 10 o'clock at night, and you get exhausted. Sometimes I'll just kind of dabble on a game that like I'll go on the Monster Hunter and I'll just do a quick little mission, but it really equates to nothing. I've been actually thinking about getting back into Diablo 3 again, just because that's a game you can turn on, get to a certain part of it, and then just save it and shut it off. Where sometimes if you're going to go into a lobby like you guys were having last night, that gets like really intense, and it's loud. There's 12 people in the chat. It's a party basically. It's a party chat, hence the term. But but like, and it sucks because I think Sunday nights would be great for a lot of these too. But I tend to think that we only see Saturday nights is when a lot of those party chats kind of go down.
Yeah, what was funny was it was actually probably, like I said, one of the better nights for me for gaming because after we finished PUBG, then a little bit later we hopped on, and that was when like Noof and like Timodos and Fox and I think Stinking Corpse and Scrotum and a few other people. We were all, and even Grave. We hopped on Call of Duty World War II.
I saw that.
Yeah, and then we hopped on Gears 4, and then Def Jam Bam joined late into that. But I had one of my best moments on Gears because we were playing, and like Grave was on my team, and like it was like everybody on my team was dead except me, and 3 of the other team was still alive.
Right.
And Grave starts with his no clutch Magoo stuff, right? So he's like, yeah, Crap's not gonna clutch this, and everybody just thinks it's gonna be an easy out, right? So I grabbed the nades, and the other team split up, 2 over one side, and 1 coming Noof trying to come up on the rear. So I plant a nade in the walkway, and I figured Noof might run into that. And then I ran over to the other 2 where the other 2 people were coming, and I chucked a nade, hit them. They downed me,
right?
But my nade blew them both up. Noof tried to come up around behind me to finish me off, blows himself up on the nade that I planted. I win, even though I'm on the ground, man. It's an epic fucking thing, man.
Oh, okay. What was the game mode? At first, I thought you were playing dodgeball, but
it was team deathmatch.
Team deathmatch. Okay, because when you said you planned them, you were running solo, and I see Timodos in the chat being like, "Crap was clutch." I'm thinking as these people are exploding, you're getting some of your teammates back.
No, I won the game, you know, and then that turned it around, man. We ended up like smoking them the next round. It was like, you know, pretty damn phenomenal stuff. But yeah, that was pretty much the first time that I was on the ground, literally like bleeding out, and I killed the other 2 people with nades, and it was just like funny as hell. So it was a good time though. I had a good time last night.
You see, hear stories like that, and I wish I actually joined. It's just, you know what, I'm telling you, man, it's getting harder to game into the late night. You know what I mean? Not just that, but like Sundays we get up, we do the show. There's always something else for me to do personally in the house on a Sunday morning. So like you wake up, like staying up till 2-3 in the morning, that was a normal thing for me, even like a couple of years ago. Now I'm kind of like, like 12:30, 1 o'clock, I'm like shot. I'm like just shot. You know what I mean? It's a long ass day.
I stayed up till like around.
How long were you up?
Well, I stayed up till about 12:30 or so. Game.
That's not bad.
Yeah, you know, it's not too bad. You know, we were having a good time. You know, and I think just you start having fun. You know, and that's part of it. So.
No, I totally agree. You know, we do have our co-host here, my buddy J Dubs. J Dubs,
Coco, is that a joke on the fact that I'm a monkey? Coco?
Coco, I like that. No, I wasn't even putting 2 and 2 together there. But what's up, buddy? How you been?
Not bad. I was just saying, you guys in the pre-show that winter is pretty well over in Nova Scotia, which is so shocking to hear that you guys down a little further south are getting so much stuff.
We got hit. I mean, I got to say that there's pros and cons, right, Jay? We were talking about this in the pre-show. The con is we got about 10 inches to 12 inches of snow, but almost a foot. But like now it's down to like 2 inches already in the day. Like it just melted. So we're at the point right now. This is the tipping point for all of you that don't live in the Northeast. As soon as you hit the March 1st date, doesn't mean you're out of the woods yet for snow. But when you get snow, it disappears in a day or two. Where if you get snow in November, that snow with the freezing temperatures could stick around for 3 months. Well, exactly. Here it just kind of dwindles away in about a day or two.
Oh, I got to play something for King Ram here.
Sure.
All hail Jay! All hail Jay!
Such a great bet. You know, speaking of that, you know, crap, I think you saw it. I tweeted out the thing I told you I was going to do. Which of these 2 people is actually the real Chris Charla? Well, the real Chris Charla, please stand up.
I saw that.
And that was a huge hit, right? And that's it was Dave. Was it Dave Newton or David Cross or something like that from Men in Black 2 or Chris Charla? Those 2 look like they were separated at birth.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it seemed like Twitter really enjoyed that.
One of them was much more entertaining, though.
Much more entertaining, yeah. But yet one still gets the limelight for 30 minutes every E3. We're not sure.
Oh, well, of course.
I mean, David Cross over there, yeah.
Got to keep it liberal. I mean, got to keep it gaming.
Keep it indie. Keep it indie.
Keep it indie, folks. Keep it
indie, folks. But yeah, no, it's so great. Crap will be. You'll be happy to hear this though, dude. We got like eight voicemails this week. People really chimed in, and you know the live calls are live right now, guys. Call us on Skype, M&C Mornings.
Yeah.
See, it's all down in the description. People always constantly ask that. They're like, how is it we call in? It's right there, folks. Click show more.
Exactly. And like I said, man, like because tomorrow's my birthday, so it's been like all week. It's been like a birthday celebration, you know.
That is going to be cool. Everybody should, you know, gift Crap something. He probably already has it, but give it to him anyway. Who cares?
You know what? Like I'm gonna take a picture of the stuff and put it on. It's like it's a very Nintendo birthday, I have to say.
Really?
Yeah. It's like I got my SNES Mini finally.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
those came in stock. I picked that up, man. I got one of those new 2DS XLs with the big screen.
So wait, crap. You're not known as the huge, Nintendo guy.
Oh, I'm a
So-
huge Nintendo fan. The only thing is just like I can't do Nintendo stuff on my channel.
Well, no one
You're
can.
not- yeah, you're
Right.
not allowed.
Right.
So it's like, but I'm a big Nintendo fan. So I got that new turquoise and black 2DS XL. It's got a huge screen. It's phenomenal. I picked up that new Metroid Samus edition, Super Mario Bros. 2. I picked up a couple of Switch games, Splatoon 2, Mario Rabbids. I picked up some new controller grips for that as well.
I looked up the Mario Rabbids game, and I'm not going to say it's bad. You have to be the XCOM kind of game player, don't you? That's just not my thing.
Kinda, and yeah, but I do enjoy that kind of game. So I mean, it was on sale, so I picked it up. And then Foxy did Foxy Deals, and there was that Injustice 2 Collector's Edition. And I got that came in the mail yesterday, like because I ordered that. It was like super on sale. It's got like a Batman statue and stuff in there. So
Crap's gonna send everybody his birthday registry.
Well, what's funny is all that stuff is courtesy of me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
everything you've heard is courtesy of Crap and his wallet.
Nobody's like, I can't really think of the last time someone got me actually something for like my birthday or something. You know what I mean? Or it's like
yeah, that's what happens is, well, two things happen as we get older. We talk about this all the time, Crap. Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, you just said it yourself. Generally, you go out and get, we're at the age now where you go out and you get whatever it is you actually, if you truly want it, you go out and you buy it.
Yeah.
Number two, we're past the age of people giving us anything.
Yeah.
That's pretty much where we're at in the world of 30 something. That's the way it is, folks.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately.
Right? Well, people say all the time, if I said to you, Crap, what do you want me to get you right now? He can say something.
Probably an Xbox Live gift card.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And that we know what that really is. That's give me an Xbox Live gift card so I can pick something I want later on down the road.
Probably.
Actually, no. We've got everything. You said you've got everything pre-ordered that you want.
Well, except for I don't have Far Cry 5. That's probably.
Well, you said you're out on that. I mean, I'm in, but I understand.
I mean, I would be in if somebody got it for me. I wouldn't be in for. I'm not going to spend $60 on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I have plenty else to play right now. So, but I mean, I wouldn't mind playing it. It's just some of the other Far Cry games haven't been my cup of tea.
Right.
You know what I mean? I did like Far Cry 3 quite a bit on the 360. Far Cry 3
was the last good one. Crap. They've had two absolute duds in between.
Far Cry 4 didn't impress me much.
No.
I got Far Cry Primal, but I haven't even played it.
Ugh.
Yeah, I picked it up for it's like Horizon.
I found out there's no guns and it's just walking around and talking to the cheetahs. I can't do that for whatever it is, 30 to 40, 50, 60 hours. Can't do it. This one's going to go back to its roots, I think. And when I say roots, I mean Far Cry 3. Can't really speak for 1 or 2. But, they've made the enemy someone you truly want to hate and despise.
I guess, but did you notice how like the other enemies you could get with or whatever, it's like, yeah, I get that. This one almost seems like social commentary enemy. Right? Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't want to get into a whole thing here, but no hillbilly Americans with them guns. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus, you know what I mean? That's so ridiculous.
Well, they got to pick something. Crap. You figure after a while, they kind of went through. They did the tribal thing.
Whatever hillbillies got them guns.
Whenever you say that, I just keep thinking of the original Ninja Turtles movie.
I love Cowboy. That was the second movie, dude.
Was it? Okay.
Don't ever confuse the two because the first one was amazing.
The first one was amazing.
They say damn a lot. You know what I mean? It's great.
You put anchovies on that pizza, bro. Who would have known that was really how they were going to start talking?
Oh, I know, dude. I know. Right. That's exactly. And cowabunga and all that kind of. That was the first movie I ever saw in the theater.
See, that's amazing. I think my first one was. I was way too young. My first one was Back to the Future.
Yeah. See, my folks didn't take us to the movies or anything. My dad hated going to the movie theater, so I went with my older brother who's 2 years older than me, and we went together, right? And they did something else while we were in there because they hated going to the movies.
I'm getting to the point where, I mean, listen, when it's a great Marvel movie or some kind of insane thing that you've got to go see, I really like to go sometimes and see what is there, IMAX 3D.
Yeah,
that's
like
something
that
you can't get at home. But if it's not an IMAX 3D thing, Crap, I generally wait for 4K now at home.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way, and it's like I will see Star Wars. I'm such a Star Wars nut.
Well, yeah.
But then I saw this latest one, and it just totally turned me off of the Star Wars stuff too.
Well, I said this before. Remember, my whole thing was they're putting Star Wars on napkins and toilet paper, and people are buying it. Eventually, it's going to get saturated, crap, and that's what Disney's doing.
They're making. I don't know if it's so much that it's saturated, because I think less isn't more is more, and I like more. Like I would love it if they did it. Like Episode 7, I thought was great. Rogue One, I loved. Then they come out with Episode 8, and the problem is like you had a mainline story here. It's like 7, 8, 9, and then you have different writers for them. You know what I mean? You should have just let JJ do all 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because now, from what I understand, the director of Episode 8, Ryan Johnson, he totally ignored JJ Abrams' outlines. Like, just threw all that shit away. And that's what makes that movie so bad. I know some people like it or whatever, and it's successful at 1.3 billion.
You know what's funny?
But I just don't find it. I don't find it to be a very good Star Wars movie, you know, like just the characters that
I agree.
You know what I mean? Just like a lot of mistakes with that. And I hope JJ can fix them with Episode 9, hopefully.
I do too.
Like,
I mean,
is there anybody really excited for Solo? You know what I mean? Like,
no,
there's so many different ways they could have went. Like, I would have much rather have, and hopefully this is still something, Ewan McGregor come back, play Obi-Wan.
Yes.
For a couple movies, you know, like, because there was time in between there, between Episode 3 and 4, where he was supposedly still going out and doing shit. So, you know, I think that would be great. That would have made much more sense.
Yes, so instead of seeing Solo, you'd rather see an Obi-Wan.
Yeah, you know, or
absolutely,
or like they're supposedly was going to do a Boba Fett one or something, and it's just
that's the thing. I mean, let's be honest. Like, you know, no one likes to say this stuff, but like a lot of you tune into Game of Thrones or Star Wars or any of these things that are, you know, sci-fi. You get into them because of the magic lore and the you know, the Jedi and the this and the that and the wizardry. And to say you want to sit down and watch, it was kind of why like Rogue One didn't do anything for me. Personally.
I liked Rogue One because it was different, but it was like,
sure was.
Yeah, it was. I really did like it, you know.
I mean, but that's the same. And don't get me wrong, Solo is a more interesting character than Rogue One. But at the same time, like, you know, to see how he became, you know, Solo's actually, I can relate. Solo's kind of a mooch. God bless him. You know what I mean? He's great. He's great. So I'm excited to see how he kind of got through the galaxies, taking and stealing and mooching his way through. But at the same time, I would be more interested in Obi-Wan because I'm more interested in what happened, like you say, what happened in that dead space there, like a little game reference in between it. Little dead space between 3 and 4, like you said, where Obi-Wan was still out there, Yoda was still out. How about Yoda even? How about him?
He was a stupid puppet.
He was, of course, he's a puppet, but he was a stupid puppet. But I mean, like, I think that, like, I would like to see what happened to them after they left after the events of 3. But anyways, you know, there's your Star Wars talk for the day, folks.
Yeah, well, you know, it's just like for me personally, I wasn't a super fan of.
I understand of 8. Yeah, I think you're right. But you know, here's the good news, crap. When it comes to sci-fi movies, they can fix anything if they want to.
Yeah, well, they're gonna have to fix a lot. Like,
we got a lot to fix.
If Episode 9 doesn't start off, it was all a dream.
It was all a dream.
Here's what really happened. You know what I mean? Like, just for me personally, you know, I can understand that some people like it, right? But I'll tear apart anybody's reason for liking that movie. I just will.
I'm 110% with you. And I think, you know, here's the thing: you're much more of a fan than I am of Star Wars, so that's why I let you say your piece because I think you definitely have the right to take the mic on that. I'm one of those people that, like, I've watched all of them a million times, but for some reason I'm not like that hardcore. But I agree with you. I think that things were, you know, I enjoyed 8, but I would definitely say if you were to say, all right, put all the Star Wars in order, 8's very close to the bottom, and for you, I bet you it's the bottom.
It's 8 and 4 for me are 2 of the worst. I know a lot of people are going to be like 4. Yeah, 4 is a big snooze fest for me. You know. I can't help it. I know that's like the one a lot of people saw first or whatever, but to me, it's just boring. Luke Skywalker's a little whiny bitch in it. Right. You know, it's just I'm not a big fan of that one. I like 5 and 6 a lot. You know, and then of course I'm a big fan of the prequels. Everybody liked to make fun of the prequels, and now it turns out like people are like, oh, maybe they weren't that bad. Once you see Episode 8, you know, hey, I'm Luke Skywalker. I lose the will to live.
And I think you make a good point, crap. My whole thing is this, and shout out to King Ram. Nice work there, buddy. Appreciate that. But you know, the thing about it is, I think Luke can come back. I'm not a writer. I don't pretend to be a writer.
He'll be there as a Force Ghost or whatever, but that's cheesy. Should have never happened like that, you know?
Yeah, I agree. You think it's just he's done, and the only way he's coming back is with a blue halo around him.
Yep.
That sucks. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that, he did disappear into the wind, but hey, if he can make himself an illusion for half of the fight at the end, why can't he just come back?
Not only
Maybe
that,
he disappeared.
he died for no reason.
Right. Well, maybe, yeah. I'm thinking maybe he just didn't like his hoodie.
Yeah.
So he just disappeared. He
there was so much
relocated at Macy's. I don't know.
There was so much lore, man. People wanted to see, the Jedi Academy. Like in the lore, he married Mara Jade, and they had kids, and it was just like that sounds so much better than what actually happened in what's now. And you didn't even get much of a flashback. This is the guy who when Obi-Wan and Yoda are telling him to kill Darth Vader, he's like, I can't. And Darth Vader's this evil killing machine, and he's like, I can't because he's good in him. But then all of a sudden. Exactly. But then his fucking his nephew, who has maybe some dark thoughts but has never killed anybody, he goes into his tent to go kill him one night. That makes total sense to me, right? I mean, come on, get out of here.
No,
even Mark Hamill said he disagreed with all that.
It was
shit.
funny to see how he came out, said what he said, and then he had a kind, because I mean, he's in the movie, he's kind of got an obligation to the movie, and then he's like, well, no, I didn't mean it was that bad. I just meant and he had to kind of backtrack a little bit. But you're right, he was out there saying he didn't like it at all. Which I mean, of course not, right? He's this like the legacy of Luke Skywalker and everything that his whole career is all about.
Sorry, I'm just paying the bills.
I'm gonna have to send out you guys your gifts tomorrow. But yeah, I think that's a really, really cool thing. Like, I think that the ability for JJ to go in and fix it is totally within, you know what I mean? It's totally within range. I think that he can do that. So I think all you Star Wars fans should sit tight and let the guys. I think it can be fixed. I don't think it's the end of the world.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Just
right.
Because I'm such a Star Wars fan, and I don't, like this new one looks. Wow, that guy King Ram. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Jay and Crap their $10.
Yeah, I mean. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Mooch is very stingy with his money.
Absolutely. Well, you don't get this name for nothing, Crap.
Oh, for sure, man.
That's
for sure.
right. I mean, you don't get this name for nothing, buddy. But anyways, it is what it is. We got a lot of voicemails. Jay,
we might as well get into one. Yeah,
let's do it.
Certainly, we've got our old friend Diggity on deck.
Nice.
What's up, y'all? This is Dirk Griggity. Hey, man, I listened to BGST the other day, and holy shit, what a negative show. Man, you guys actually hurt my feelings as an Xbox fan. But no, just joking. But to be honest, you guys are actually right about what you guys are saying about the games being cartoony and, still haven't had that big game that really shows off the power of the X. But in your opinion, fellas, do you guys think that Microsoft's biggest problem right now is time? Maybe because we know they have games coming, but some of these games probably won't be out for a couple more years. So do you think it's really about time that they show some games earlier, just do a couple of little CGI trailers just to get us hyped about these games? I believe it's time. They, Phil Spencer got to change it up a little bit, and he got to just start showing these games a few years out, man. What do you guys think? All right, y'all. Peace and love.
I think, which always good to hear from Diggity. I think that one of the main problems that Microsoft has is they had their hands tied with their budget for a very long time. And you had to, you're getting all kinds of money. Jesus.
Well, Mooch Maniac. Ray Barretto goes, I'm Mooch Maniac, baby. Ray's been following me for 3 years. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate that. And shout out to Stop 6 Doc. He supports everybody.
Oh, hell yeah. But yeah, I just want to say, thanks Diggity. He's a big time supporter.
Diggity's awesome. Man.
Look, people are entitled to feel the way they want about things that they have. It's not always complaining. I mean, they're allowed to. That's the thing. You know, not every, like for me personally, it's easy.
Oh, there it is.
Inopportune time. Yeah. But yeah, it's always up to each person to decide how they feel about these things themselves. Right. For me personally, I'm happy with the Xbox, but I do think that there's a valid argument there for people that want to see that more realistic, gory, mature content with mature themes and subject matter. And like I stated before, hopefully Microsoft's new culture allows that with their first party, right?
Right.
Because I think that's critical. You can't just have Recores and Disney games and stuff like that. So M&C Morning though, what's up?
Hey now.
Hey Moose,
Hello.
Hey Crap, it's John Thomas the Game. 1, I want to know what some of the good games to buy that are coming up. 2, do you think if Disney and Marvel Studios get Spider-Man back, do you think that will affect the PS4 or 5 getting a Spider-Man game sequel? Let me know. All right, bye.
Is he asking about Xbox games?
I think so.
In general.
Well, maybe in general.
Okay. I think, let me think. I think that in general, there's a lot of good games out. First and foremost, I'd say get Sea of Thieves. That's coming out in a couple weeks.
We had fun, Crap. Yesterday was really fun. I just had to chime in that at the end. It was you. Crap was. I could see Crap with like his pirate patch on and his knife out there, and he was taking on all the comments last night. And he was Captain Crap Gamer here.
You know what? It was like this is what happened, right? So, Clowns, he was being the new Jeremy Downer.
Yeah,
he was like I don't know. It's just I don't really see. Like everybody's acting like we've played the game, and we have played zero of the game. We played their stress test to make sure that people that their shit works right, but we've absolutely played nothing of the game.
Here's the thing, Crap. You've made some outstanding points, but I let me just use your sentence there, and unfortunately, it's to use it against you. You're right. We haven't played much of the game. So when people are being negative, you come out and say, hey, you can't be negative. You haven't played the game.
Yeah, because I'm having fun. I'm having fun with just a little bit that we've done.
But the other side of the coin is you're also defending it, not knowing what the game is.
Yeah, well, but here's the thing, though. I've managed to have a blast, probably the most fun I've ever had in gaming, with just that little chunk that they've given us. Right?
I think that comes down to. But see, again, I think that comes down to your company, and you're not speaking much about the game. You're talking more about your company.
No, it's not dude. The first time I played that by myself for the entire year, like just randoms when you do the alpha or whatever.
Right. You had fun just running around by yourself. Listen,
I mean, doing that. That's the difference. If you look at their statistics, more people took the single boat by themselves, which will surprise me because I thought
that doesn't surprise me.
More people took the
now. Listen,
single
I
boat
agree
by
with you, but let me tell you why you're wrong.
Than anything else. You know what I mean? And also, I want to point out that. Let's say you play the game for 20 hours, you have the best fucking time of your life.
Right.
But then you move on to something else. You still put more time and had more fun with that 20 hours. That it's still worth it. It doesn't, you know what I mean? Because that's still more than most games nowadays. So for me, it doesn't matter when people are like, well, the content needs to be there. Well, bitch, if you put in 20, 30 hours, even if you never go back, you still got your money's worth.
Well, there you go. That's an argument I made a long time ago on a different game. And that same thing. But see, that's what I'm saying. You have to be careful because that quote works for Destiny too.
Oh, sure. Like people, I don't know why everybody.
We have a call.
I know.
We have a call.
It's not Destiny. It's not.
It's not Destiny. It's not. But it's Destiny-esque.
I don't even know about that, man. Destiny's garbage.
Yeah. I don't know.
M&C Mornings, what's up?
I don't know.
Hey, Mooch and Crap and J-Dubs. This is Yahweh Wee from Xbox Live. Hey, Vanquish is going to be an awesome game for the Xbox One. That's a day one buy. But what would you say if Microsoft went to Capcom, instead of doing another damn Dead Rising game, they bring back Dino Crisis? I think that would be a huge game to bring back for the Xbox. And Crap, I did not mind the last Star Wars movie, but when Princess Leia went flying across the space like Mary fucking Poppins, that really turned me off. So, yeah. Okay, let me know what you think about Dino Crisis. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I mean, just another reason why that movie sucked. Out of nowhere, Mary Poppins comes flying through the space. I mean, that just piles on with the whole terrible aspect of the game. As for Dino Crisis, who the hell knows? That game's been dead for so long. I could ask my mom because she beat those games back in the day.
You know what would have made that so much better? You know what would have made that scene so much better? If when she was flying through space, she said, "I'm Mary friggin' Poppins, yo."
Yeah, if she would have said that. You know what else would have made that better? Had that not taken place, because there's so many MacGuffins in that movie. Like, oh, we're out of space gas. Out of fucking space gas. Hey, let's send Finn, who was one of my all-time favorite characters in episode 7, let's give them a completely pointless story arc with Rose, a pointless character, and then it doesn't even make sense because they go off and what they do didn't make it made things worse. Like the whole thing was just stupid. Yeah. So,
well, he brought up Dino Crisis, the one that sticking with Dino and stay. Like I've heard people saying they're actually enjoying Turok 1 and 2, and I'm watching it. I'm having a hard time believing those folks. I mean, is it what's going on out there, people? Are we all
doesn't believe you?
No, I don't. You guys are waving that nostalgia is a hell of a drug flag while you're playing it with your left hand. I don't understand.
First of all, those things are $20 a piece. You know what I mean?
Which I guess is
nostalgia is a hell of a drug.
It's true, Mooch, but crap, would I dare to say that that's still, I think, too much?
That is way too much. That's what I'm saying. Those things should be $10 a piece.
Yeah, $10. I'm trying to be, fair to the developers as well. All they did was put a fresh coat of paint on it.
Yeah. Is it even a fresh coat? I mean, I haven't really
I'm
seen
not
much.
sure. It might not. It might be an 8-year-old coat. I don't know. What's going on?
I don't know. It looks kind of... I was like excited for it originally, and then I was looking at the PC remastered version, and it looked bad. It looked, like it looked sharper, but there's no textures there and stuff, man. And I'm through playing games with no texture.
Yeah, no, I mean that is kind of where we're at right now, and I mean that's something that I think I don't know. I mean, I went back and played Crackdown back compat, and. My problem with Crackdown is not anything that anyone's ever said before. Mine's totally different. It's just the I'm not going to use the words lack of direction, but crap, you're a Crackdown fan. You've played it for a good amount. What would you say to people that are picking up the back compat original that's now got 4K assets on it? What would you say? Like when I started and I'm running around the town, yes, I'm having an absolute blast picking up cars, throwing people, this and that, blah, blah. But there seems to be, the game is utter chaos, which is done deliberately.
Yeah.
But what is it you're supposed to do? You take out the kingpins, but there's your mini map is just full of enemies. It's kind of a hodgepodge, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that can be confusing to new players. You got to lure out the kingpins. So basically you just you mess up the gang members and stuff like that and take back the points, like the the points or whatever for the weapons or whatever, the cash points, and then you collect orbs. That's a big part of it.
Okay.
And then so once you kill enough of the gang members and stir up enough shit, then the kingpin will come out and it'll alert you on the map, and then you go there and then you go mess him up. So also that game's co-op fully.
That's something I think a lot of people they don't know about either.
Well, no, dude, everybody's like, oh yeah, co-op, because it's something, it's really fun. It's one of those games that's way more fun with more people.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I went in and I started playing it solo, and I got to tell you something. I enjoy everything that Microsoft gave us in those 4K assets and the upgrades. But like,
that game looks amazing. I was tweeting it out, and people were like, whoa,
Yeah, it's funny. AJ in the chat, he says, "Me and you got the same amount of achievements in Crackdown." Yeah, I'm with you. He goes, "I don't think Crackdown's for us." Here's the thing, AJ.
It might not be.
I'm more looking forward to Crackdown 3's multiplayer, because that world really entices me to kind of jump into it and stay there, especially with the destructibility. Hopefully that is there. But the single player chaos and just jumping around. I like set and clear. What's the word I'm looking for? Tasks or missions. You know what I mean? Crap. Like I'm not always. That's why GTA. And we have a call, so I'll take that. We'll take that in a second. But crap. You go on a main mission in GTA 5 or 4. It doesn't matter which GTA. And there's like 5 or 6 like side missions that pop up as you're going. That stuff kind of starts to derail me, and I like it at first, but then I'm like, man, I'm not getting to the main missions. And I think on Crackdown, it's the same thing, right? You can go off on a tangent, orbs, collecting guns, this and that, blah blah blah. And then it's like, oh man, that's right. I got to go and kill these people. And then you're like, where am I on the map? What's going on? It just seems like a bit of a cluster.
I think it's fun, but I think it's an acquired thing.
Right. I understand that. Yeah.
M&C Morning.
Hey now.
Good morning, Mooch. Happy birthday, Crap. All hail Jay.
Thank you.
It's your favorite Unity candle here. I was just wondering, with your title, what kind of games that you guys would like to see Microsoft acquire. I would personally like them to acquire Skate. As you know, I always go on about Skate every time I ring in. And with SSX, just get those 2 games and we'll all be good, and I'll stop talking about them because I'll just be playing the games. Anyway, thanks guys. See you later.
Great.
Man, you know what's weird though? Like, because even when I was on BGST, and shout out K Mega, he's in the chat.
K
Like,
Mega.
people are always like, they're like, you Microsoft should get this, bring this franchise back, and they're just these franchises that nobody really cares about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the Altered Beast. Wouldn't that be better than that you might have said? I don't know, but like they're
No,
like,
it wasn't me.
this should be Altered Beast, and I'm like, nobody gives a shit about Altered Beast anymore. You know what I mean? Like Vanquish at least is something that has a pretty, you know, it's still fresh and was received really well and had a large base outside of America, which Microsoft might be trying to, you know.
Let me defend the caller for a second, Crap, because just recently we were having this conversation, and also just recently Tony Hawk's been all over Twitter saying, you know, guys, you got to stop writing me for Tony Hawk 5. I'm not involved with that anymore. And a lot of people felt like Tony Hawk or whoever's the new BMX, you know, whoever's the big wig out there now. Tony Hawk was more when we were younger, Crap, but we should have like a Skate 4 or whatever they're on, Skate 4, Skate 5, and have like, you know, Tony Hawk presents Skate 4. Like, I personally, I'm with you. I have no interest in Skate, you know, 4 or 5 or any, but there are a lot of people that like, you know, the SSX, and they like, you know, Tony Hawk Skate and or Pro Skater. I don't know. I think there is a market for that. I mean, if people are going to sit here and tell me that there's a market for the 75,000, you know, fighting games that are all the same mechanics out there, there's got to be room for one skateboard game, right? I think a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
People even like remember when Skate 3 got the 4K enhancements?
Yeah, it did, and that's cool, man. You can
Yeah.
play it for free if you have EA Access, member, but too bad EA Access is a never was.
It never was,
Yep,
folks. It never was.
Just like a lot of things.
Just
I mean,
like the Hawks in that movie, right?
Yeah,
Emilio
you know,
Estevez.
it is. So I would just like to say that, you know, if these games were so successful or so wanted, we'd see them.
Right.
You know,
Right.
just, you know.
No, I think you're right.
Tim says, "Bring back Tony Hawk's Ride." Jesus.
You know, I mean, don't forget, guys, that nostalgia is a hell of a drug thing. That's not me just saying that for the fun and the giggles of it. Like, to be honest with you, that's the whole deal, nothing but the deal. Like, a lot of times we sit here and we're like, oh, I remember when I played that. Like, I love Ghosts and Goblins. Crap's got his SNES Mini now. I don't know how much he's, you know, jumped in head first to it. But, like, go ahead and play, I don't know. I can't remember now. Is Super Ghouls and Ghosts on that? I can't remember if that's on there. I think it is. Or Super Ghosts and Goblins.
I haven't even opened this damn thing yet, but it looks
Let me tell you
cool,
something.
man.
When you click on that, you'll play it for about a half an hour, and you'll be
You
done.
know what's really cool is Hellhammer found it's really easy to upload other games into these.
Really?
Yes.
Now you've got my interest peaked.
Turtles in Time, like a bunch of other shit too. Like,
well, I'll be talking to you offline.
Yes, very interesting stuff. Not only that, but you can do it real legit where you can set it up. See, if you just do it half-assed, it'll look like a weird, like, ROM, you can tell, but you can actually put the artwork up there so it looks legit and stuff like they have and stuff. So it's really, you know, really kick-ass, man. You know, it's
you have to hook it up to a PC or something, or
yeah, like a card or something, like a USB flash drive. So yeah, but yeah, I haven't even taken this thing out of the box. I got all this cool shit, and it's like, you know, I've been too busy with work, or when I'm not working, people are like, hey, you know, want a game or whatever, and you know.
Well, that's the thing, you know, that's what happens a lot of times when you're a multi-console or even something like this.
Yeah.
Nostalgia, right? You know, it's like I've actually made some time recently to play the PS4 a little bit. I like I said, I was reading.
I was doing Moss PSVR because I'm.
Oh, we should talk. We should really talk about that crap.
That is a really good game.
Yeah.
And, you know, for a lot is are like, well, VR is the future, people. It's the future.
He's hip.
Don't even go there. It's the
cool.
future. I'm telling you, it's great. It's great, damn it. I'm doing the Macarena right now.
The Macarena right now. It's Dr. Evil, folks.
Yeah, so you know, I gotta say that game
is,
and I gotta say also, I've been seeing a lot more people come around to VR that you wouldn't think would, right? Like, you know, like obviously we see like Jago and Stinking Corpse and
right, and
Danny Boy Jordan is always tweeting about VR. You know, Danny Boy, Noof, even like GKB and She-Wolf.
Yeah, and Boom.
Yeah, Boom. Like, I'm telling you, it's fun. Like, here's the thing. Much like how I feel when people bring up, I'm sure, game streaming, right? Like, I don't want that as the only option. I think a lot of people get freaked out when they think of VR and when you hear the word future.
Right.
That's never going to be where we play all of our games.
Right.
That's just a little side thing that you do for fun sometimes, you know,
right.
Like a really immersive type thing. And this Moss game, wow. Like, if it was just a game by itself, probably wouldn't be that great, right?
Right.
But the fact that you're there and it's got such this.
I've read reviews, crap, and what they're
Yes.
saying is what you're saying right now, and that's what's got me kind of. So here's the deal, folks. For those of you that don't know, Moss is this game where you're kind of in this world. You're like, help me where I'm wrong here, crap, because I don't own it. But you're looking into this world, top-down view, and you control this mouse, and you're doing a lot of like different puzzles.
Yeah, it's a platformer.
Yes.
It's got some easy puzzles.
And you use the controller, right, crap?
Yeah,
this is meant for the controller, or is it better suited with the sticks?
Controller.
Yeah, that's all reviewers that I saw said they were using the PlayStation 4 DualShock 4, which I think that's great to have a game that utilizes that, because to be honest with you, whether you're using the sticks or the gun, sometimes I don't know, that gets old for me a little bit. I like certain games that make you use the DualShock because you have more control. You feel like you're in control better of the. But anyways, you control this mouse. You do a platformer esque puzzle. Solving issues to go map to map, level to level. There's small there's some small item enemies that you fight, right?
Yeah, but it's like it's a fairly straightforward game, and it's just a really good like full game. Like people are like, where's the full, like that Arizona Sunshine game? I got that, and that is also just a full game, like zombies and stuff. Very, very cool stuff. Like there's stuff out there. It's like, it's not easy just to go, oh, well, there's not like Doom. Like I haven't really got that much into that, but that was fun.
And I'm right there with you, crap. So I got Doom. I've played the first level or two, and I'm like, you know what? It's fun, but the one thing I don't like about it, and tell me if you ran into this problem. I don't like the camera angles. Like I find myself like I'm turned around completely 180 degrees away from the TV, and then I lose the light, because the way that game is it's not just face forward and shift. It's like you have to turn left. Like your body, you physically have to look left, don't you? That's great sound effect. Perfect timing, Jay. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, a lot of people do think that VR is a who cares or a never was. But here's the thing. I really think it's like the Rob the Robot, the gun in NES, the bazooka for SNES, okay? Maybe the Kinect for 360. Well,
Rob the Robot was a Trojan horse. That was never really that was only ever there because the market crashed and people were afraid of video games.
Right.
So they sold that as a robot.
Right.
And it only ever had a couple things.
It only had 2 games with it. But I mean, no, crap, you're 100% right. But I mean, for the people out there that aren't willing to understand, it's like I said, it's like that novelty that was in the back of the arcade. It's like something different in the house. Crap is a huge fan of VR, but he's not playing VR 24/7. It's something he does when a new game comes out. He experiences it. He has fun with it. Some games he likes, some he doesn't. Me too. Some games I like, some I don't. I really like Super Hot. I think Doom is okay. I didn't like Farpoint. Crap, thought it was great.
Farpoint is really good in co-op too, by the way.
That's interesting, crap. Yeah. There's a few things I'm looking out there. The mooch is out there. I'm looking to get that damn. My birthday's not for ages, crap. So I'm screwed.
Yeah.
But, I would like right, but I would like to get the gun. And I wouldn't mind joining you on a co-op mission in Farpoint.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you that it's actually pretty good. Same thing with Arizona Sunshine. That's a co-op thing too.
Yeah, I did look at that. Now, just so you guys know, Arizona Sunshine is a zombie-esque game. It looks a little wonky from the preview that I watched. Crap.
Yeah, I mean a little bit, but I still think that it's still a pretty nice experience. I mean, it's not. Yeah, graphically it's not all that, but
Moss's graphics are good though, right?
Yeah, they're actually surprisingly good.
They look good, dude. It looks real good, to be honest with you. It's got an Uncharted theme to it. You know what I mean? Woodsy with like that whole like solve these problems.
Yeah.
Like, turn this dial so many times or put this statue on this lever.
Yeah, so it's not too difficult because I'm not really a big fan of like difficult puzzles and shit. So the type that they have in there, I'm all for. And I gotta say, like, because sometimes I'll kick back at night before I go to bed and like play Hulu. So like now I can kick back with that 2DS, man, just play some Mario or whatever, and just and then when I'm ready to go to bed, just turn it off and I still got the TV on.
I don't know if you have your own, because I know you said you got it for Hellhammer, but I could see you enjoying the Switch way more than the 2DS. But that's me.
The Switch is like it's not as comfortable to hold for me.
It's not. See, I agree with you there, man. I felt like
it's not a handheld to me. I know some people love it like that. Like Hellhammer is like, it's like great, yeah. For me, it's not. It's just always docked.
Here's my thing with the Switch, crap. With JRPGs, Okay, with JRPGs, I think it's perfect in handheld mode.
Yeah.
Once you get into like a Bayonetta or where you're in a button mashing game, like, Devil May Cry, that's where it starts to go south, and I prefer to use the Pro Controller.
I got to be honest, man. I picked up Splatoon 2. That game looks phenomenal, dog.
Yeah, I have it too, actually.
Like, it's holy crap, and it's so much fun. It's like, it's not like super serious where, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a fun game, and the Switch has been out for a year now, by the way. Just celebrated.
Yeah, celebrated its year.
Man.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
That
like, I was
sick.
thinking it just came out, but yeah, it's like a year already. And, good for Nintendo. I know, you know what? A lot of people are expecting Nintendo to come out with like, and I think Boom might have been one that expects it to come out with lots of revisions for the Switch. I think that since Nintendo considers that to be a console, they won't revise it.
No, they're not.
If you look at the history of their consoles, they didn't really revise them. It was like you got the Wii U, they never changed that. The Wii, I mean, there were different color ones, and they came out with like a cheap one with no internet.
Right.
Remember that red one at the end of the life of it? But they didn't really revise it. The GameCube was always just a cube. The Nintendo 64 was always just, I mean, it had different colors, but always just a Nintendo 64. The Super Nintendo, they did come out with a Slim or whatever, but it was still a Super Nintendo. And then the NES, they had a top loader, but after the production of the original one was already done. So, like, I don't really think they're going to do a bunch of revisions to that because it's not a handheld per se, I'm not really sure that, because people are like, it's Nintendo doesn't really care about the power is the thing, It's like if you play their games, they're stylized. Like, here's the thing. Nintendo has stylized games that don't need 4K, right? Like, to me, like, if you look at Microsoft, a lot of their games now are stylized anyway. Like, the other day I booted up Rhyme on the Xbox One because I have Game Pass,
Yep.
And I asked Hellhammer, I was like, so what's this game about? He goes, it's basically Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Is it really?
Like, yeah, that's what he said.
I thought it was a puzzle game. I guess I was wrong.
It's like an exploration type. He said it's like Breath of the Wild. So I was like, all right. So I booted it up and it's stylized. I said, hey, look at that. It's stylized like every other goddamn Xbox One game. You know? Because if you look at it, and I can see why people get pissy about that, like Deep Rock Galactic. People are really liking that game, which, by the way, is made by the studio that formed after Press Play closed down when Microsoft shut them down.
Yeah.
They formed up. They formed back together, formed this group that made this game, and it'll probably be multi-plat by the time it's whatever. So I mean, yeah. So that could have been an exclusive right there that they would have had. But yeah, that game, Pit People came out as well. All these games are just so stylized, and I cringe a little bit each time because it doesn't take a 4K machine to play these games.
No, it really doesn't. And I myself, I haven't looked that much into that what is it called? Rockstar Galactica or whatever. I don't know. It's just not something that thing that's in preview right now. I know some people are liking it. That's a pass for me. I mean, I just, that's not something that I'm going to, like, if I'm going to sink some time into something, it's gonna be more like the PUBG world or something like that. I'm not jumping into that. What was your take on playing that game, Crap?
Which game?
The one you were just talking about, Rock, whatever.
Oh, Galactic. I haven't played it yet.
I don't know. Oh, you haven't yet? I don't know.
I'm trying to win a code right now from Mikey Barra on Twitter.
The great Chris Charlo was giving away codes yesterday, but it was hard as hell to actually. My God, did you see his riddles that he was putting out?
Yeah, it was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I would like to give it a try because everybody's like, "Hey, it's good," but I don't know. Here's the thing: it doesn't have any achievements, and I already have other preview games with no achievements that I'm playing. Thank you.
Yeah, you're like, I don't need any more of those.
Yeah. So M&C Mornings, what's up?
Come on down.
Thanks, Jake. Hi, Mooch and Crap. Great Canadian web slinger, Mighty Spidey here. All hell Jay. All hell Jay. Happy birthday, Crap, tomorrow. And
for sure.
Might as well say happy birthday to Mooch. You're probably gonna mooch more birthday gifts on Crap's birthday than Crap. Who knows? We'll see. We'll find out tomorrow.
Chat.
Anyways, I just wanted to talk a little bit because you guys have been talking about like how there's no, gritty adult games on Microsoft's platform. I'm here to contest that just a little bit. If you look at what Sony's come out with in terms of like Uncharted, like I'm talking more first person, Uncharted and Horizon Zero Dawn, like Horizon Zero Dawn, after playing Tomb Raider, I think Horizon Zero Dawn's probably for a younger audience than people think. And I don't find those games and a lot of games on Sony to be very gritty. Now, I'm sure they came out with that trailer where the woman was being tortured and stuff like that. But you know, like Rise of the Tomb Raider and the first Tomb Raider, like those death sequences to a woman, how she was killed, nearly raped when that guy grabbed her foot, and who knows what he did to her, and she was in a cocoon. And like even in Rise of the Tomb Raider, like the way they kill you, because I'm sure, crap, you did this, I did this, like sometimes I let myself get killed in certain situations to see the animation. And those were really, really gritty. And the noises she made, like, ah, you know, those were pretty adult sort of teen things. Themes, sorry, there's the French coming out. Themes, scenarios. And in all, like, the reality is, Tomb Raider was pretty much, like, if you're going to say Nier Automata and all those games are like Sony exclusives, well then the reality is Rise of the Tomb Raider is a Microsoft, and Tomb Raider, those are Microsoft exclusives. Like those were made basically for Microsoft and then ported over to other consoles after. So Microsoft had a lot of input into there, and I didn't see them go and say, take that out and do this or do that. So I understand, like, you guys have a little bit more background and there's certain things that were taken out. And I agree. I you know, I'm 49. I just turned 49 last Monday. And so I like the adult stuff, you know, and I agree with you on that aspect, but I don't think there's like zero and that everything is like, nope, don't put that stuff in. Anyways, thanks a lot. And again, happy birthday, Crap. I hope you have a really good birthday tomorrow. And I have a bunch of gifts waiting for you that I want to game gift you. You just need to come north of the border. Thank you.
That's great.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. That's not a first-party Microsoft studio, and I made this point, I think, on Crossfire. If you look, and it might not be this way, but if you look at what they've done, they toned down Halo enough to get a T rating, the first one ever. If you look at Gears, they took out the main enemy for the first part of the game. It's just robots.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's just a thing that they had in their mind. Maybe it was a way to make things less, you know, gory or, you know, less offensive. I don't know. If you look at some of the games that they've been promoting, Recore is one that they're really high on.
Yeah.
Female lead character, just kind of a bland game though.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some other games, or if there are games with violence, right? They're really campy graphics,
right?
You know.
Well, I mean, Enzo in the chat, you know, and I think Enzo's more of a PlayStation guy, but I think he made a heck of a point. You know, he said one of the arguments I had early on in this generation and all through the 360 generation was I kind of felt like with all the Ni no Kunis and the this and the that's and all these types of some of the Japanese style games that Sony had, I felt Xbox was more of the adult place to play. And I will say this much, to a certain extent, if you're only going by game titles, and I'm not saying you have to like them, Crap, but Days Gone, The Last of Us, Uncharted, right? They're going through all of those, like even Detroit Become Human. All of these types of things are a little bit more adult-centric. And I think Microsoft, right, with the Disney thing and the Zoo Tycoon and the Recore and the Bottom Rock Galactica or whatever the thing is, then you've got, you know, Fortnite's on all of them. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like, they've got all of these things that are coming out, like Sea of Thieves, and they're a little bit more on the cartoony side. Now, I'm not saying one is better than the other because everybody's a different type of gamer. But if you're just standing back as a consumer and you look at, if I show you the ads of the games coming out on one and the other, one looks a little bit more mature-based and one looks a little bit more teen-based.
Yeah,
there's something to that.
That is something that I completely agree with, right? Like, apparently the reason why Hellblade isn't on Xbox is because it deals with schizophrenia, and that's something that Microsoft didn't want, right?
Right.
Originally, Quantic Dream went to Microsoft about the hell's that Heavy Rain?
Yes,
that game, but they didn't want. I think it had like the deal with like kid murder or something.
Yeah, I don't know why Microsoft can't seem to separate themselves from, you know, social media and the gaming business.
Yeah, let the develop, like if you got to let the developers do what they want to do.
And that's what Sony did, right? You know, Sony passed the buck on when Detroit Became Human became under fire for the issues with whatever it was there, domestic violence or whatever. Like Sony was like, oh, I completely see what you mean. Talk to them. They made it.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I didn't make it. They made it. Talk to that guy. And they were like, and all the cameras were like to the left. And I was like, all right, now let's ask them.
Like, look, that's what we have ratings for, folks.
Right.
When we decide who to want to what movies we want to go see.
Right.
There's ratings there.
If you're going to stand up there and be like, I want the developers to do this. I want the developers to do that. The developers are the ones that have the power to put the keyboard and mouse. Give it to the damn developers.
Developers, developers.
I mean, but that's the thing. Like, then the developers are going to take the pros and they're going to take the cons of any kind of media backlash. So let the developers be the artists. They are the artists, and then let us be the consumer. And if it's a good enough piece of art, there's a lot of art in the Smithsonian that is. If you ask the artists what their creative mind was when they were doing it, a lot of them the concepts are dealing with social issues, right?
Yes.
So that doesn't mean you take the art out of the Smithsonian, right? You don't take it out of the Guggenheim. You leave it in there. And because these games are a lot of people's art. And I don't understand why they can't express themselves. Now, if you, the consumer, you don't like that art, well, don't buy it.
Yes.
Exactly.
That, my friend, is a you problem. Something and don't buy it. But
right. It's a you problem.
You've got to take risks sometimes, and Microsoft has been piss poor about taking risks. And I know people were like pointing at Super Lucky's Tale and we're like, oh man, why are they coming out with Super Lucky's Tale to fight Detroit Become Human? They didn't come out with Super Lucky Tale to fight Detroit Become Human. That's just an indie game that they got attached to because they didn't have anything,
Right.
That's all that is. It's not a big deal. Like everybody needs these type of portfolio games. Nobody on the PlayStation side is going, damn you, Ratchet and Clank, or damn you, Knack. They're just not doing that.
Right. I mean, overall, you look at the Sony portfolio and they've got everything from, like Crap was just saying, they've got their Knacks. Okay, they've got their Shadow of the Colossus. They've got their cartoony looking things, which Shadow of the Colossus, the remake didn't look cartoony, but you know what I'm saying. It's about it's in that realm. And then they've got their serious stuff. And I'm interested in some of the stuff that's serious. And then they have their Days Go On. They've got their Detroit Become Human. They've got their God of War. And then they're going to switch back to cartoony again with it's, again, not ultra cartoony, but Spider-Man and getting that other. So you have a diverse portfolio, which is one of the words that Phil said when he took over. Yeah. He said, I want to have a diverse portfolio. But realistically, it's been a PG-13 portfolio.
Yeah, if that, maybe if PG that. in some instances.
Yeah, exactly. PG-13 or lower.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, like Minecraft is a for everyone game.
Right.
Pretty much everyone can play. Forza, those games are everyone. Right. They've got Halo down to a T for teen.
Right.
What's left? I mean, even Killer Instinct doesn't have any finishing moves or gore, really.
Right.
So I think that might be rated T or whatever. So you're right.
Yeah. No, I agree. Let's take that call. We do have a lot.
Oh yeah, M&C Mornings.
Hey,
what the hell's up?
WNBC.
Thanks, Joe.
You're live.
Yellow.
Hello. Yippee-ki-yay. I'm Mooch. Crap. Jay. It's Eva in the bunker. Xbox Live. Congratulations last night, Mooch, on your coin slot podcast. Very, very good panel on that show. Really enjoyed it. My question to you guys is, do you think that Microsoft are really ramping up their first-party studios? And if they are they waiting for the next-gen Xbox to do this? It seems to me, if the rumors are true, that they're buying up studios or buying up certain games, Sega springs to mind. And I really do feel that Microsoft need to get their finger out of their butthole and start getting some. I know first party games take a long time, but they should have been doing this 3-4 years ago. I understand about the hardware with the X, they were developing that, but they could have done it, coexisted alongside it, and got first party devs making more grittier games. You've just been talking about Sony's first party stuff being more grittier, more earthy, more lifelike, you know. And I can understand why you were saying that, but I think Microsoft just need to they need to grab some of the mind share back from Sony, and you can't do that with cartoony games. You've got to do that with games like Uncharted, like The Last of Us, and the Ghost of Tsushima. Well, we don't even know what that game would probably end up like dog shit anyway. But I would just like to say, great show, guys. Happy birthday, Crap. Carry on the good work, guys, and thank you very much. Have a good day.
Yeah. That was a great call. I think you make some good points, Crap. I mean, the thing about it, like take for example, Killer Instinct, which you're a fan of. Okay,
yeah, I like Killer Instinct,
but that could use a little bit more. Like, look at what just came out. Like Injustice 2 put the turtles in there, right? And the turtles, right? You say turtles, you think goofy, cartoony. No, they've got a dark look and twist on the original turtles, the ones that me, you, and Jay were talking about last week too. Like, that's great. And then you got everything on Killer Instinct to me is goofy. It's cartoony. And it's like, even Saberwolf, it's like, huh? What? All right. They've got that skeleton from the Rare game, which I think is awesome. He's an awesome dude, but again, it's goofy. It's like out of a Scooby-Doo cartoon. And I'm like, why is it we can't have dark and deep?
It's funny because, believe it or not, right? Like, me and my friends, we hopped on Fortnite the other night just to kind of make fun of the game.
Right.
And we're playing it, and we're just like, God, this cartoony shit is for the birds. Even though we like Sea of Thieves, and I know it sounds critical, but again,
it's different. I get your point.
It's different. I mean, Rare does that type of game. You know what I mean? But it's like, I don't want every game to look like that, or like Super Lucky Tail look like a game that Danny Boy developed.
Right.
Not in a bad way. I'm just saying.
Gosh, you know why
that's a compliment to Danny.
Yeah.
You know why Fortnite is so popular right now? It's the same reason why
the kids play it.
Well, yeah, it's the same reason why Grand Theft Auto 5 is so popular, because all the kids are playing it. Every one of them. It's insane.
Well, it's I think Fortnite's popularity kind of falls in the realm of Minecraft and Roblox. It's either cheap or free. Those games are free for them. I think Roblox is free.
It is.
Right? So it's a free game.
It's got
Every
a huge
kid's
community
on it.
with the kids. Yeah, like whenever like me and Grave are playing PUBG, his kid's on a tablet or something playing Roblox.
Yeah,
there's a PUBG in Roblox.
Yes, there is.
There's a PUBG in Roblox. Think about that. I mean, that's insane. Hey, hit that like button, people. Come on. We're finally
I've been saying in the chat.
YouTube's all like, hey, let's casually send out the link that let everybody know that.
That's right. Yeah, the show starts at 11, but YouTube wants it to start at noon. Apparently, YouTube goes out and parties on Saturday night.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So go ahead and share that, hit that like button, do all that kind of good stuff. We appreciate it.
It's funny. Somebody up here, DJ Singh, and I do want to do a voicemail. We've got quite a few, but he says, Mooch, what about State of Decay? The rating for that. First of all, I'm not sure what the rating is for that, DJ.
It's probably going to be M because it's got.
You think so, Crap?
Yeah, it's got zombies.
I don't know if it warrants an M because I think it's going to be like what's the one right under M?
T.
Oh, it is. It goes from T straight to M then. Yeah. Okay, then M. I will agree with Crap. I thought there was one in between. Yeah, it's not going to be T with all that blood and gore. But again, and listen, there's nobody in the world you're going to talk to, even on this panel. Crap can go ahead and wave his pirate flag all day long. I'm actually really, really looking forward to State of Decay 2. You guys all know the zombie thing. Like, I can't wait. Like, I hate Sundays because it just means work comes up tomorrow, but I love Sunday nights for The Walking Dead. Like, I love it. I still do. I understand if you guys left the show. I'm not going to sit there and talk you to come back, but I love that zombie genre. So State of Decay 2 is the game that I can't wait for out of this early 3 game lineup from Microsoft.
Yeah.
But again, it's not the Last of Us game I'm going to be walking into. It's going to be Microsoft's version of a zombie game where when you rip all the blood off, it goes running out in the many different directions or squirts out like a crazy cartoon movie, and then the blood disappears on the road.
Yeah. So the first one was rated M.
Yeah. So the second one will follow suit.
Yes. Intense violence, blood and gore, drug reference, strong language. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go, folks.
Yep. Because you take pills and
Right, and I think it should be. That's fine. I think that's great. I have no problem with that at all.
Neither do I think.
Let's take a voicemail, Jay, if you don't mind.
Oh, maybe
he may be taking a live call. Yeah. Well, that's what happens. We're taking more. We got more live calls coming on now, Crap. And that's why I said we've got 8 voicemails, 10 voicemails, and it's hard. Yeah, there it is. There's a live. We'll take the live call then.
Yes. M&C Mornings. What up?
Yeah, and the answer to Scott K's question, yes, I did play Dying Light through, and I loved it.
Hey, Mooch and Crap. This is my name's Ryan. I'm a longtime listener, first time caller, and I just want to firstly apologize to Mooch because I am a crapaholic. So sorry about that.
Yeah.
And I'm here today because I wanted to pose a quick question to you guys and get your feedback on it. So, I know that everyone's like talking about Halo 6 not coming out this year and everything, and I understand that. I get that. You know, that's a completely plausible argument to make. But I was just thinking about this the other day, which was if Crackdown 3, State of Decay 2, and Sea of Thieves were not delayed until this year, the only exclusives that we know that are coming this year is, I think, Ashen, Black Desert Online, I think was the other one they announced, and Forza Horizon 4, which I think everyone can agree we all know is coming. So if Halo 6 is not coming this year, then what other exclusives do you think we were supposed to get? Because I know that a lot of people are also saying that Ori 2 is not coming until Ori Will of the Wisp, is not coming until next year as well. So do you think that there are other exclusives that are supposed to be coming out this year that are going to replace Halo 6, or do you think it's still a possibility that Halo 6 could very much still come out this year? Thanks for taking my question, and keep listening. Have a good day.
Go ahead, Crap. I mean, what do you think? I mean, we're pretty much dead set that we know.
I think Ori might come out this year. I saw something that said that a survey that listed that as a release for this year. So it could be. It very well could be. I wouldn't count it out.
Well, he made a good point in his question, though. He's like, what if these games that are coming out early 2018 that were supposed to come out last year, Crap, or for the most part, like this would be another, like, would it be?
This would be like the worst year ever.
But instead, 2017 was because we didn't get much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just which one did you want? Hopefully we're past the worst now. But I do think Microsoft needs to have a game besides Forza Horizon 4 to come out this fall, whether it be, myself personally,
they're going to be marketed with some stuff.
Maybe they'll have Shadow the Tomb Raider,
or they could have, this damn, what the hell is that game that Boomstick was talking about? He was talking about Splinter Cell.
Oh, Splinter Cell. Yeah, one of those, and it needs to be exclusive.
Yeah, I mean, or at least for a timed exclusive. And we did hear that Microsoft has their they do have their checkbook open, so
yeah, they're not afraid to spend money, and I think they finally, and that's the whole thing we were saying years ago with the whole kumbaya and let's not take games off other consoles. I think Phil now realizes, and we'll find out. I'm completely stereotyping and paraphrasing for him at this point. We'll find out at E3. If Phil gets on stage at E3 and starts saying, Shadow of the Tomb Raider exclusively for a year, blah, 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 or, timed exclusive for this, blah, blah, and we have Splinter Cell timed for, they start doing stuff like that. You could see that his original thought maybe wasn't the right way to go. And you just, I mean, listen, Sony's
How
doing
could it not be? It did well. You need games. You need
games on your platform, whether it be Game Pass day and date or exclusively or hardware exclusive. Sony's doing it with games like Neo, Hellblade, etc. Right? Spider-Man's not coming to ours. With Insomniac, they're doing deals with Insomniac, and you have Nintendo working with Platinum and getting Bayonetta 3. So the other guys are doing it. So Phil's got to realize that, as much as he tried to do that, let's hold hands thing, I don't think that's working. It'll work with crossplay and maybe certain titles, but not. You have to have something that belongs to you and you alone.
Yeah, agreed. M&C Mornings, what's up?
Hey guys, Grave here. Question for you guys. If you guys talking about Microsoft acquiring new games, how long before Bluehole calls it quits and finally sells PUBG to Microsoft? I believe that game's going to be 100 times better, a lot faster, if Microsoft gets that game. Come on, Bluehole. Give it up, guys. Have a good one.
Hey, I can't. That's actually a good question. And he sounds like just normal Grave right there. So that's good.
Yeah, that was normal Grave. That was awesome.
Yeah. Well, he's right? Because the other day we were playing it and we were like, if they actually had some real funding and used, some of that money that Microsoft has, this game could be so much better, right? Because they just patched it and it does run better now. Like, it just seems like it's so slow in coming. You know what I mean? Like if they really had Microsoft's backing and Microsoft owned it, that game would be amazing, you know. And unfortunately, who knows? Maybe one day. I don't actually ever see that game going free to play, but you know, I could just see. I hope Microsoft does buy it.
I think there's more of a stronger chance now that because now you've got people making tons and tons of ripoffs, right? We said there's a PUBG and Roblox. There's a couple of different PUBG knockoffs that have nothing to do with, not the ones that are over in, you know, there's PUBG right now on mobile in China, but I mean, there's knockoffs of PUBG on mobile right now, a lot of different games.
Yeah.
And Bluehole's got to be like, hey, you know what, guys, listen, everybody in the world, this is going to get completely saturated if it's not already. Can somebody pick up the phone, talk to Aaron Greenberg, see if he can get Phil over here for, like, you know, we got to talk. We need to sell this thing. And I mean, I think they've already shot themselves in the foot. They should have sold it right away when Microsoft walked in there.
They probably should, because
they lost some value now.
Yeah, and not only that, but they're also gonna have a bit of an issue with that cheating stuff on PC, because you see their first decline in players on there because of the cheating, you know, and people don't want to put up with a bunch of cheating in their games, you know.
Right. And that's my whole thing. And I mean, I don't know if this is not a, you know, let's keep it off PlayStation thing. This isn't that conversation. This is a conversation where Bluehole needs to see that their value. And I know a lot of people that are PUBG fans. I'm a PUBG fan. I'm not saying their value, the game is tanking, it's terrible. No. But I am saying this much. When it comes to stocks, okay, their stock is dropping. That doesn't affect me and you, the gamer, but their stock is dropping. And Microsoft knows that, and they're kind of chuckling. They're like, that's fine. You guys hold on to your IP. That's fine. We're going to help you. We want, you know, it's on our platform. We're going to help you. But every day that this thing keeps getting knocked off, your product loses value.
Yeah.
So
more and more people are talking about Fortnite, to be honest with you, like now, for, you know what I mean? Like that's a thing. And I think a big reason to that is that it's free.
Right.
And it's also on PS4. Right. So PUBG's not on PS4. And so it doesn't get talked about as much. But I think that, you know, because now it's like, oh, concurrent players or streamers, right? Because I know you're always like, well, what does more streamers have to do with me? Well, it doesn't really have anything to do with you, but it has to do with a more popular game. And you can see the trend a little bit, whereas the streamers are now streaming and watching more of PUBG or more of Fortnite than PUBG.
Right.
So it's very indicative of what's hot and what's popular. So I think Microsoft needs to get out there and do that shit right away.
They need to do that more sooner than later. Like this E3, last E3 they showed that it was coming to game preview. This E3 they show that it's it's an Xbox One and Windows 10. Well, no, it's on Steam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then it would be just PC and Xbox One exclusive, and you just buy the rights. So I don't know. I don't know how they do it. It's not as easy to just say. I always get aggravated even with myself, and I'm like, oh, Microsoft just needs to buy it. I mean, it's just like they can't buy everything. I mean, I get that. I totally get that. But I mean, they're already in bed with Bluehole here. This is a business they're saying we're going to do this. We're doing this together. So that's already started. That's why it's a little easier for me to say that than, like Microsoft should just buy
here's the thing, like
this and that, everything.
You know how you guys are always the one, or you're always like, well, they got to get a third party for Game Pass to work. Well, a way to do that would be lock it down as an exclusive for a year. Right. So if you have Splinter Cell or the new Tomb Raider game, release that day and date in Game Pass, that makes a big splash. An established IP that you have exclusive for 6 months to a year, and it launches day and date. That's a way that they could probably pull off something like that. They need games though, and we know that they've got deals, but it takes time to build these games. So a lot of people are right. We bought the Xbox One X on faith that we'd get these games. And he says Microsoft should buy M&C Mornings.
That'd be great.
Hey, I hear you, AJ Felton. I hate hearing Xbox Windows exclusive too. And you know what? Here's the thing. I try not to get upset about that, because it is just them trying to be gamer friendly. Right. But even that, Play Anywhere is a never was.
Yeah.
It is. It's the definition of a never was.
Right.
So I mean, right.
Hi guys. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I've been hacking behind the scenes, and I've hacked into Sony Studios, so I think we should jump right there right away.
Oh, Sony Studios. Okay, let's jump right into that.
Pro.
Let's fire everyone. Pro. Everybody's toxic. God dang it, Jay Williams. I said not to interrupt Yoshita. But come here, Sean Murray, cameraman. It's been a long time. Huh, ladies and gentlemen? You think something happened to Yoshita? Never. Yoshita is a special treat for you. I'm gonna play picture pages. Guess what I'm drawing? Okay. Mic drop. There's nothing going on at all in gaming news except for can you see what that says? What does that say? Okay, good. I just wrote that because I love Britney Spears. I love that song. That has nothing to do with anything I was gonna say. Let's erase this. Toxic gamers, okay. I dropped my eraser. Go away, toxic. Yoshida's in a singing mood today. Me and Sean Murray have been writing a song for you. We're gonna go to this bar back here behind us, and we're gonna sing karaoke for all you good MC Morning fans in the chat. Why? Because we're Sony. Okay, MC Morning, I came to sing a song for you all on your wonderful show ticket, famous American Idol. Sean Murray, get ready. Chat, sing along. The words are pro. Okay, here we go. Pro. I cannot wait for this year's E3. We're gonna sell lots of games that you can still buy on PS3 remastered. Most of our games, they just aren't fun. But when you go buy a PS4 Pro, it weighs a ton. Pro, pretty good, huh? Pro. It gets so hot. So very, very hot. That rind. Pro. It gets so hot, and this console weighs a lot. Go buy my PS4 Pro. Disgrace. Sean Murray saying, Go buy my PS4 Pro. Disgrace. You left out 2 pros. PS4 Pro. Disgrace. Pro. Disgrace. I wanna be the best that I can be. So in the nuts, I'm gonna kick Sean Murray. Why? Cause he just lies a lot. No Man's Sky it wasn't a good game, but that's what everybody got. Pro. Okay, that's enough marketing. We don't give MC Mornings this much time. Let's cut our famous video. I can't wait to get famous. Okay. Just want to drop by and say hi. Sorry for taking up 10 minutes of your time. Goodbye.
You're listening to M&C in the Mornings. As always, remember, you can't take anything they say seriously. It's just jokes. Jokes performed by YouTube professionals, and usually the joke's on them.
Nice, very nice.
Hey, someone called you a wanker.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. But great. No. You don't use those over here. We don't know what the term is over here, so sorry.
So. It's been a long time, man. Did you catch his BSVR shirt?
Yes, I did. That was kind of funny. That was kind of funny. Nice work, Danny boy.
Yes, thank you. I did a wrestling podcast with him for Elimination Chamber, right? So I was like, I think it was last Sunday.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, because the wrestling thing is like 3 hours long or 4 hours long or something.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll hop in and for a little bit. I don't know how long I stayed. I ended up staying there the whole time. It was kind of just like how BGST does the reaction while watching E3, right? That's basically what it was. We were just like, oh, it was a really good time talking wrestling because I'm a big wrestling fan. So
No, I wish I could. I understand the whole people getting back into it and this and that, but like I don't know. Once the Hulk Hogan, the old fashioned Hulk Hogan and the Randy Macho Man Savage and Andre the Giant, once that stuff was over, I checked out a long time ago. I mean, I get
out Alexa Bliss and then you'll check back in. I'm just saying
that. Yeah, I don't know if that doesn't spring wrestling, but yes, that does.
No. She's a wrestler.
No pun intended.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly, Jay.
She's a wrestler, dude. Trust me.
Oh, yeah. I believe you. You.
Oh yeah, dude.
Hey, let's take another voicemail, buddy.
Okay, so yeah, we've got Gold Lion X23.
Nice.
Mooch, crap, J-Dubs. Look, this is Gold Lion X23. Not a gaming question, just a question I want to pose to you guys. What do you use for your podcast? Do you use a gaming rig PC or just a regular laptop? What do you guys use when you do your, the Crossfire or Xbox Nation? Just let me know what you guys use. Laptop, what kind of laptop, anything custom, PCs, anything. Anyway, great show, guys. Keep up the good work, and I'll let you later on. Bye.
Hellheimer built me a PC. I was like, here's some money, build me a PC. And I mean, I could game stuff. I can do like 1080 60 on most things on this, but I don't because PC gaming is not my thing. But I really just needed it to be able to burn and render videos faster, right? Because with my old one, it was taking, an hour and a half, 2 hours to do a 5-minute video.
5-minute video, yeah.
Yeah. So now I can do that in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, I don't know. For some reason, Jay, what are you using? I think people want to know what you're using. I mean,
I'm in the Batcave.
This is true. Alfred is next to him.
It's about to get It's about to get even more fancy next week.
That's right. Yeah. Next week we've got some new equipment coming to the one and only J-Dubs.
I think people would probably shit their pants if they actually saw how many screens that I've got going at the same time. Like I literally have an iPhone, an iPad, 2 monitors, a Surface Studio, a Surface Pro, and I have 2 mics set up.
That is a lot.
I've got 2 cameras. I even have a green screen behind me because I'm doing the live streaming now.
Well, I was going to say a lot of that stuff too. Yeah, I was going to say a lot of that is the not just the retro gaming, but the gaming that you do.
That's right.
J Games.
That's right. Yeah, Graphic Card Games. But for anyone who wants to like kind of get into this stuff, it doesn't have to be expensive. Like it really doesn't. Like you don't. To buy a decent PC, probably you'd want to spend close to $1,000 to get something decent, but you don't need that much to do like half of what we do.
You do now, man. Those damn cryptocurrency prices, man.
Yeah.
But I saw people out there. I think Doc Cupcake. Shout out to him. He went and bought himself one of those Elgato green screens, and it looks really great. And I'm sure it all sets up perfectly. But I believe those cost over $100. And I just went out to Walmart, bought myself a clothing rack and a green sheet, and it works like a charm. And that cost me like less than $50.
Yeah. I do think there's ways to get around some of the tech, but I mean, certain things, Jay, you'll be the first to say. There's certain things you just need, and that's why we got the equipment coming this week. There's just certain things you do need. For shows to go off without
especially when you want to take them to the level that we take them, where we, we're not just a regular podcast. We're like a radio show. We're taking live calls. We're playing calls. We have skits. We have things on the screen all the time. Like we're not normal. We really aren't. I mean, there's a few of us out there that do what we do. Like the next podcast is very similar, and I can't think of very many others. I know there are a ton of them, so I apologize to anyone. I'm not trying to discredit anyone who's doing a great job on podcasting, but the next podcast is just the one that comes to mind right away because I know Xbot puts a lot of work into that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it does take time just to learn all this stuff too. But as for computers, you don't want to go cheap because you want to make sure that the quality is the best for your audience. So.
And I don't want to go back to back, but let's do another voicemail, JJ, because we are at the 12:30 time here on the Eastern Coast, and I do want to get these
Certainly.
voicemails in for the wheel.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
So we have a new caller. He's JD Gamer.
Okay.
Hi, Mooch. Hi, Crap. Hi, J-Dubs. It's JD Gamer on the mic. I'd like to ask you guys, because I hear a lot going on about remasters, remakes, and backwards compatibility. And what's not addressed often is, the difference between the three. And the benefits and the difference between Xbox One X backwards compatibility and standard backwards compatibility. So I'd just like to put these things out there, and maybe you guys can kind of talk about it for a minute. A remaster is essentially the original game in the same form that it was way back in the day. Backwards compatibility is supposed to be essentially the same thing as a remaster. But backwards compatibility on the Xbox One X is better than that. Because you got the 16 times filtering and all those improvements that they add where it looks better often than a remaster. Then you've got a remake, and that's what they did with Shadow of Colossus, where you get all new textures and everything is made new for the new system. Can you guys just tell me, what do you guys think about that, and why haven't people discussed the benefits and the differences of the Xbox One X's backwards compatibility and how it's not just straight backwards compatibility? Thanks a lot, guys. JD Gamer out.
You want to take that one away, Crap? He's basically saying that the Xbox games that are on back compat, like even if they're not getting 4K enhanced, and if I did interpret the question wrong, Jay, let me know. They
still run better.
They still run better, look better, feel better, and so he's right.
Yeah,
he's very, very right. But I mean, there is still something, and Crap, you're on record as saying this too. I enjoy the remakes, and I never really had a problem back in the day, early 2013, 2014, when it's the remasters were out for this generation. I mean, myself personally, like I was a big BioShock fan, and to be able to play the BioShock collection again at a 1080p 60 experience was fantastic. And I mean, there's something. It depends. I think when you see these remasters come out, they don't sell like gangbusters, but they sell decently to the audience that they're catering to. When it comes to back compat, it's the same thing. I'm not much for playing older games remaster or back compat. Like I'll do a few, or one maybe like Crap says I haven't experienced. If I never played it before, I'll go back and play a back compat game that's now I can throw into my Xbox One. Sure, I'll try it out. But like, take, for example, Red Dead Redemption. I beat Red Dead on 360. So when it became back compat and everybody was like, lighting a match, stomping their feet, myself personally, I was kind of like, well, yeah, that's great. I think it's a great option. Why not give it to the customer? But I'm not going to play that for 35 to 40 hours again. I already did that. So that's my whole take with remasters and back compat and remakes. Is if you've already played it and it's not one of your top 5 games of all time, you're probably not going to go back and play it no matter how the company offers it to you. But it is a nice option with back compat, right, Crap? Because like there's a lot of collectors, and we were all buying physical discs in 360, so we all have a lot.
And it's not even just that. I mean, some people that maybe didn't get to play some of these games will finally be able to play them, and the fact that they're 4K, you're not losing anything from the current games, because a lot of them, let's be honest, look better when they get that 4K update than some of the new stylized games we're getting anyway. So
correct. Yes, that's a great point. So with that, Chad, I don't know if you want to go to another voicemail.
Certainly. We've got Kmore94.
Okay.
Dude, Kmore's awesome. Awesome.
Hey Jay, Mooch and Crap. It's Kmore94 here. I was just thinking, like, just over 3 months we're going to have E3. It's probably one of the most anticipated Microsoft E3s in a while. I'm super excited for it. Just wondering what you guys were thinking about it. Like, what does Microsoft need to show off to really shake things up? Me personally, I'd really be excited to see some big third-party exclusive from them, and them saying, no more of this kumbaya stuff, Because if Microsoft really wanted to, they could absolutely just destroy Sony, just light them up, with all the money that they make. What are you guys most looking forward to seeing, or what do you guys think Microsoft needs to show at this upcoming E3? Just want to know your guys' thoughts. Thanks. Bye.
I want to see Microsoft be tuned in to what their hardcore fans want. It's great that you want to be so inclusive and that you want to make Xbox a place for everybody else too. That's fantastic. Kudos to you guys. But what about us? The ones that have been there the whole time.
Right.
Yeah. Give us what we're asking for.
Yeah. I agree with what Crap's saying. I think that's
gotta be we've got to stop playing that shit so close to the vest. We've got to see the games that we want to see. We've got to see these trailers to these games.
Start showing it. It doesn't at this point. I don't care if one gets canceled or two gets canceled down the road. It doesn't matter at this point. You're going to take a little bit of bad press, but the problem is for the past year where they've shown nothing, it's been bad press. So it's the old damned if you do, damned if you don't. I understand that. I get that. If you're at Microsoft and you're listening to all these shows, you probably say, man, what do you guys want from us? We're doing this, we're doing that, and I get it. I understand. Like I try to put myself in the position, but what I would do is I'm also one of those people that eventually at a boardroom, I would be like, what's the lesser of two evils here? What is the lesser of two evils? And the lesser of two evils in this case is show what you have coming down the pipe this E3. It doesn't matter if it's coming out in 2018, 2019. Doesn't matter. Show Halo 6. Show it. Show it. Show us 5 minutes and then show us do what they've been doing with people on the Sony camp are like Last of Us 2, bro. Last of Us 2. And it's just been 2 CGIs. Just show Halo 6. Show a CGI.
Yeah.
With a quick, Master Chief's foot coming down and squashing one of the Covenant. You know what I mean? Just show something. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Show Marcus doing something crazy. You know what I mean? Show something coming down the pipe and be like, oh my God, that's cool. That's cool. And then show a new IP or two. Yeah. Okay. There's a really good chance. There's a really good chance that the game gets canceled. That stuff happens with new IP, but it doesn't matter. Sony's rolling the dice. You got to roll the dice. And we have to have enough faith in Phil at this point, right? That Phil is hiring good companies to make games for him.
Yeah.
So you've got to, like Sony put confidence in Insomniac for Spider-Man. You know what I mean? They've got their confidence in their first-party studios. If Phil's not showing these first-party games or the new IP they're getting, that only tells me I'm a little bit shaky on how confident he is on maybe his hirings as of late. I don't know. All I know is if I hired Crap Gamer Industries, who has got this killer reputation for making games, and I go, Crap, listen, I need a 3 to 6 minute clip of your game, whether it be part CGI or part gameplay. That's up to you. But let me review it. I need it before E3. And he's like, no problem, dude. But I will tell you, we do have complications right now. I'd be like, that's fine. But you're big time, and I need that clip. I've got to show it. I gotta see. I gotta show my customers what we've been working on for a year and a half. And Crap's he's gonna put something together for me. That's just the way it is. And then you roll the dice. But Insomniac, they ran into their problems with Spider-Man, right? We saw they had a new story director come in and this and that. But that doesn't mean that Insomniac's not going to deliver. They're going to deliver big time. Insomniac's one of the most underrated companies this generation. I think they have been stellar in everything they've done. Everything. Even from down to Song of the Deep, which was a $5 indie they put together with their H team. You know what I mean? So they are really underrated. These are good developers, and Sony's got confidence in them. So they showed Spider-Man a year ago, and they're going to show them again this year. And Microsoft and Phil need to do that. That's my piece on it.
I agree. If you don't have trailers to show off for Fable, then these other games, I think a lot of people are going to be done with Xbox. I don't care what kind of pro-consumer stuff you're not going to see people waving that battle flag. You already see so many people wavering with that. You know what I mean? There's only so much. People want to see that they didn't waste their time in doing that. Because Xbox was a great place to play with the less powerful console because we had really good games and a really great service in Xbox Live, right? You can't just all of a sudden, give us a powerful console and then not give us any reason to really show it off, or any games to show it off. And I think that that's what people are upset about. So.
Right. No, I totally agree, Crap. Well put. I don't know if we still have any more live calls coming in, Jay, but how many more voicemails do we have?
We have 4, potentially. One of them may not go through.
Well, let's do the one that's potentially at the end. Let's do another voicemail.
Okay, so we've got Mr. Zombie Killer on deck.
Okay.
Hello, M&C Mornings. It is Mr. Zombie Killer. And how is everyone doing today? Hope everyone's having a happy Sunday. The weather is turning around in the Chicago area, so it's pretty nice. And also, things have been getting a little bit better on the Xbox side, even though we had an Xbox Live down situation on Thursday, but oh well, it only happened one time this year compared to Sony's like 4 times, I think. So, whatever. Still came back up today. There's new updates coming in the alpha, and I think these updates are pretty nice. The Upload Studio needs to desperately update. I know Mooch has talked about it on Twitter, where we need to see a huge, massive update in Upload Studio, and to update it up to the usual studio. That would be really, really nice. I'm really hoping for that. Obviously, the Avatar's coming soon. I'm really curious to see how they have the store and everything with their Avatar, how they're going to customize it with new games like they did on the 360. That's really interesting. I don't know when they're going to do the animated backgrounds, or if they're going to do some where you have the animated. I know they did that before, but it was taken off by the app. But that was also cool as well. And that Mixer update seems really cool, where you could share your game with your viewers. I think that's going to be really nice.
It never was.
It's always good to see Mixer, update their features and everything, keeps them up to date compared to Twitch, the competitor. I think as they keep growing with these features, more people are going to come and play it and watch it, etc. So that's good to see Mixer grow. And speaking of Mixer, my question is today, does anyone who's watching, or Mooch or Crap or Jay, anyone on Twitter, know how to download your past Mixer streams? Because I can't seem to find it. I used to do it off the website. I've heard you could do it off the app, but I haven't seen that. I can't download my past streams anymore, so I really haven't been streaming much. I don't know how to do that. If there's someone that does, just let me know, or in the chat, or on Twitter. You can follow me at Mr. Zombie Killer. Also, please like the video. M&C Mornings is a great show. They do a really good job, and the skits are amazing and hilarious. And I did buy a new CD of Phil Spencer's soundtrack from last week, and it is pretty good. Kumbaya. Also, Hadouken. Alright, you guys have a good Sunday. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, guys.
He started giving out his own shout outs to his
Yeah.
Twitter and shit.
Yeah, everybody, that was M&C Mornings, brought to you by Mr. Zombie Killer and Scope Mouthwash. That was something.
We have a wiener.
And we have a wiener, apparently. Yeah, everybody in the chat's had enough of Mr. Zombie Killer, but that was great.
And we get a phone call, too.
Let's take a live call.
Hey,
Let's
yes.
go. Let's go right to the hotline.
M&C Mornings.
Hey now, WNBC.
What's up?
Hey, Mooch and Crap, I appreciate the pony prize. I got a question to ask you guys. What do you think that Microsoft's going to bring? I understand people are talking about it. Do you think they need to acquire a different studio to get some games on their system? Because it seems like nobody is really, they're not really trying hard to get what they need. They know they need something with the exclusive. So We know that Sony does it, so we need the Microsoft to do the same thing. So let me know what you think they should get, because they do need exclusives. Like Phil said, that exclusives don't really matter, but they actually do matter because Sony does the same thing to our brand. So let me know what you think of the question. Thanks.
Yeah. What do you think, Crap? I mean, I think that's a good point. I mean, they've got to start to grab some exclusives. I think that's what he was saying. He was mentioning that, Sony's grabbing theirs.
I mean, like, and it's not like it had, like, they're still gonna get, they're still gonna be on PC as well. So it's not like they're losing out on a whole shit ton of stuff. You know what I mean? Like that.
Right.
That's gonna be helpful to developers, as well. So, yeah, I'm excited to see. They have to have some stuff up their sleeves. They just have to, like, I don't think Halo's coming out this year. If that means it pushed back to next year, then cool. You'll get a Halo and a Forza Motorsport 8 apparently, but you're gonna need more than that.
Yeah. No, I
Sony
agree.
supposedly has a good lineup next year. It could be Last of Us 2 and Death Stranding and probably Spider-Man if that gets pushed back. Who knows?
Yeah,
could be a really good lineup for them. It could be
That's
Days
a
Gone. Who the
really
hell
good
knows?
lineup. I mean, yeah. Well, I would say that Days Gone or Spider-Man has to come out the fall of this year. I mean, I shouldn't use the word has to. Does it have to? Nothing has to. But
You'd be foolish to put something up against, Red Dead 2. So,
well, Red Dead 2 coming out October 26th. So having Days Gone, for example, or Spider-Man come out mid-September, nothing wrong with that, or early October.
Yeah.
Both those games are going to be finished by everybody in a week or two.
True.
They're single-player games. I'm guessing between 10 and 20 hours. So Red Dead comes out October 26th. Sony could own October, hypothetically speaking. So you do that and you have one game out and you save the other one for spring of next year. Days Gone in spring of next year is a killer title to come out with. I understand that may not be everybody's forte. I get it. But like that's a big time, another zombie game. The only thing is that, if The Last of Us 2 is coming out next fall, if that's what's happening, then, maybe you want to do Days Gone this fall and do Spider-Man next spring. Because I don't know if you want to start the year and end the year with a zombie game. I don't know. I don't know. They know their sales numbers. We don't do that. But I would kind of space those types of games out a little bit for my audience.
Yeah. I mean, I think it depends.
Yeah.
That was Monkey Punch, by the way, too, guys. That was Monkey Punch. That was Monkey Punch. Just so people know, he won the Pony Prize.
Oh, was it? Okay, cool. Cool, dude. Definitely becoming more proactive in the community. Awesome to have Monkey Punch.
What else we got there, Jay?
Yeah, Jay, let's hit another one up. It is 10 minutes left on the show.
That's right. We've got Sony Doors. Or Shony Doors.
Nice. Shony Doors.
Morning, Mooch, Crap and Jay, from a cold and wintry Wales in the UK. This is Shawnee Doors, and my question this week is, with there being a growing number of lazy devs who are not putting the effort into Xbox One X enhancements, should Microsoft now introduce a minimum standard to get the mark of any enhanced game? I know they want to leave it up to the devs, but the standard for enhanced rating should be set a minimum target to hit. To encourage devs, they could perhaps introduce a star rating system, because we all know a 3-star Michelin restaurant is better than a 1. Have a great show, and I'm gone.
Not a bad point. I don't know if I don't think Microsoft will ever, they don't want to look like the bad guy ever again. All right. They're not going to do that. Yeah, they're not going to do that. Do I think it's a good idea, Shawnee Doors? Yes, I do. I think that I don't think it's that big of a deal either. I don't think mandating that you have an X enhanced version from now on moving forward is a big deal. Because and you're probably going, Mooch, where do you come up with that? You've got Mike Ibarra and all these guys that came out and said, hey, once Windows 10 is up, running, and ready to go, making your regular game to an enhanced is not that big of a deal. So if they're making their game, I don't see why Microsoft can't say you need to at least hit, 1400p, or 1800p. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, even if it's 4K.
They don't want to piss off developers, because developers used to hate them too. Remember, like, oh, Microsoft tried to ruin my life, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So they're never going to force them to do that.
No, they won't.
Yeah,
I'm saying I agree with Shawnee Doors, but Crap is ultimately right. Crap is right.
Yeah.
They're not going to mandate that, because you're going to have, all it takes is one developer, to come out and be like, how dare they You know what I mean? And you're like, oh, here we go. And the IGNs and Kotakus are just gonna, they're just gonna like pounce on that. They're gonna be like, oh, there we go. We knew Microsoft had an evil gene in there somewhere. They're forcing
them.
So
Yes,
they're
I
not
mean,
gonna
it
do
would
that. They
be-
don't. Microsoft's avoiding all. I think they're avoiding press altogether. That's good and bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I agree.
Yeah. No.
I agree.
Good point though.
And who was that? The zombie killer about the that mixer stuff.
Yes,
Right?
the mixer stuff that's coming out. What is that whole thing, crap? You did a video on it.
Basically, share. Oh, that's like the mixer. Hold on, what the hell is that? That's MixPlay. Looks like
Yeah.
it might be some kind of video editor.
Maybe the next Upload
maybe
Studio?
maybe something along those lines. And Predator H2O actually found that trademark. He's really
Yes.
good at sniffing that shit out.
Yes, he
So yeah, everybody we don't know what it is yet. So who knows? But the fact that it has mix in it means that it has something to do with Mixer, probably.
Yeah,
I
makes
was
sense.
hoping that it might be some kind of place where you can upload your clips and shit. I think that would be cool, and edit, and because Upload Studio is complete shit. But also that what they announced with that latest update is that basically Microsoft introduced their own SharePlay. Remember SharePlay?
Yeah.
That was a thing a couple years ago. That was a hell of a week, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a hell of a week.
Yeah.
People
Look,
say it all
nobody's
the
gonna use
time.
this
Nobody wants to do that. Share play.
Nobody's gonna
and-
shout. Oh, let me give you control of my game real quick. Fucking
Yeah.
that'll work out great.
Yeah,
No,
I
thanks.
mean, I get the concept. You're like, I'm stuck on this part, and someone got past it. You can hand over the controller to them. I don't think it's the worst idea I've ever heard of, but it's also not the most utilized.
Batmobile.
Right. Exactly.
Batmobile.
For
I
Jay,
hate,
it would be get him past that
I
Batmobile.
need
part.
someone to help me
Right.
get past the Batmobile.
Yeah, it took me a little while to get past that too, but eventually I did, and then I was
Yeah.
like, hell yeah.
There you go. Hey, now let's do another voicemail.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Triple Cup Chuck.
Nice.
And he's up.
He's always up.
Yes.
What's good with your crap and mooch and J-Dub? This your boy Triple Cup Chuck and I'm up. Mooch and crap. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Man, I love that song. But speaking about Spider-Man, y'all know how the PlayStation 4 got the Spider-Man game coming out? What do y'all think about this here? If the Xbox had a Black Panther game and they called it Wakanda and they make it an RPG like The Witcher. But speaking about the RPGs, you know how the everybody was saying like the Xbox don't have no JRPGs, Xbox don't have no JRPGs. They made a big deal about this here. Okay, by y'all being non-black Americans, what do y'all think about Sony PlayStation never having a game that had a black main character? Oh, and one last thing. You know how we've been nerding out about this DC and Marvel thing? I would love to get y'all on a Vibration podcast one day and pick y'all brain about this Marvel and DC thing so the whole world get a different aspect about the mooch and the crap. And you too, J-Dub. Well, anyway, Dub, this your boy Triple Cup Chuck and I'm out.
Yeah, that's awesome, Triple Cup. Awesome questions too, by the way. That's stellar. I myself personally, I think that Microsoft does need to do something. If they can grab like anything, whether it be Marvel or DC, where Spider-Man is now on Sony because Sony has, they own or have rights to Spider-Man. If Microsoft could capitalize and do something like a Black Panther game where that's the hottest thing right now, that is definitely something they should try to grab. Just that's the stuff that used to happen, Triple Cup, back in the day when we were all younger playing games. Like a game would come out, a movie would come out that was hot, and they would be like, you know what, we got to make a game on this. We do need to make a game on that. And I do think that is an interesting point. I don't really know the Sony catalog as much as I know the Xbox one, but I think that they should. I think Sony should, if Microsoft's going down that path of diversifying and making their games with significant protagonists of different race and gender and everything, I think Sony should follow suit as well. And I don't know if Sony has anything like that. I think Triple Cup brings up a good point.
I mean, it depends. I don't know if you just include it for the sake of including it.
Not including it for the sake of inclusion, but like he said, like why not have if Sony right now
makes a good point too, which was that Starhawk, which was had a black main characters, Emmett, I believe his name was. So they had that. Plus, you have to go like God of War is like what is like I know the voice actor TK Carter, he was black. So like it's really just I don't really know what it like they have. I mean, they certainly have black and female characters. Look at Uncharted, Lost Legacy. There's 2 female characters in that. You know what I mean? So it's hard to really kind of get into that whole You
It
know,
is
yes,
tough. That's why I said
Killzone had
it's a
some,
good.
yeah, I mean,
yeah, no, it's a good point that Triple Cup made. But
Yeah.
without me knowing the ins and outs of even Microsoft, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. How many of you guys, when you beat a game, I don't sit there and read all the credits in the games. So like, I don't know the ins and outs of who's working on games, who's doing the voice acting in all of them. Some of the ones that we all know that are big standout voices, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And that stuff we know, but I don't know all the, like, Crap just named 3 or 4 different instances where I'm like, oh yeah, he's right. That is true.
Yeah.
That was that protagonist, and that was that, you know, that person that played
And then they
that
had
part.
in Infamous, the Infamous spinoff, the standalone one, who was
Yes.
much better than Second Son by you know, that
Yeah, everybody
standalone was
said
so much
that.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, they like, again, you can't just like, oh well, let's force this one to be this or that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
It's like, if it makes sense, do it. And then
Correct.
I'm all for more games or whatever. So
Well, like
I mean,
Terry
whatever
Crews in
Microsoft wants to
Crackdown
do.
3 is massive. I think that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's making the game for me in a sense, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I like
I
that.
mean, that was cool. We saw him at E3 or whatever.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
That
That's
was
what
awesome.
I'm saying. That's where you're saying if it fits, you plug that role in there, no matter how, it doesn't matter who it is. You know what I mean? That you make the role done correctly. And like, I'm looking for it. Like Terry Crews is probably who I'm going to play throughout my existence in Crackdown 3. So I mean, like, that's just how I feel. But yeah,
what's
that
up
was
next,
awesome.
Jay?
Awesome question, Triple Cup.
Well, do we want to play one more voicemail, or do we want to jump into the wheels? Because we do have 2 wheels to roll today.
How many voicemails do we have?
We only have 1 left, and it's
Let's go ahead and play it.
It's Mr. Scorpio 4K60.
It may get a flush.
Yeah, just be on the lookout for a flush.
I think he wants to be flushed.
Okay, here we go.
Flush it. Flush it. I can't deal with it. No. God. I can't deal with that. Oh.
Yeah.
I could already tell that sounded so muffled and
That was
bad,
the
man.
worst one, Scorpio 4K. Usually it's bad. That one was just mwah, mwah, mwah.
It sounded like he was talking into a bottom of a Pringles can or something.
Yeah, the bottom wasn't cut out. It just died. Yeah. Okay. Well, yes. But great to have the flush sound effect back on the show. Let's do our wheels of wonder, J-Dubs.
So which wheel do we want to do first?
Let's do the Patreon wheel,
Yes.
which, by the way, the Patreon link is below if you guys want to sign up and
take a minute to we'll
support
talk
our
about
Patreon.
that. Guys, just for $1 and a dream, guys, you get entered onto this wheel. We do it every time we do our first of the month show. $1 gets you entered to this, and it's a $60 value you can use for anything you want. New game, Xbox Live, go towards. It's not going to be a full year, but it can go towards your 6-month, Game Pass. There's a lot of things you can use it for, guys. And for $1, it's really a reachable favor to ask. We'd love to have your support.
Absolutely. $1 and a dream, folks.
$1 and a dream.
Yes.
Here, the wheel is up.
All right. Spin that wheel, Big J.
Look at that wheel. It's beautiful.
That wheel is psychedelic. It's like The Price is Right, isn't it?
It is. Man, he put some extra oomph in that wheel spin. Jeez.
Yeah, I've been working out. I've been eating my Wheaties.
I can tell.
Oh, hell yeah.
Jeez.
Here we go.
Look at that spin.
Hey, Snoopy says that wheel is diverse. Microsoft would be proud.
Nice. What do we got?
Cool Fusion.
Nice.
Cool Fusion.
Like to see somebody win on our Patreon that either hasn't won before or hasn't been brought up. That's all. Cool Fusion. Congratulations, man, on your prize.
Yes, congratulations. You will have to tell us what you want.
Yes,
and then
let
you'll
us know.
get it.
And you shall receive, my friend. Let's go to our next wheel of wonder for the voicemails.
Okay, the next wheel is up. And
Spin
I'm so happy that
wheel.
this wheel doesn't have so many bankrupts on it.
Yeah.
No, you should put whammies. You should put whammies.
And you know what? Next time, it'd be actually kind of funny, and I should be able to do this soon if we get the new Elgato Stream Deck, that I could actually have a whammy actually come out on the screen, animate out like you did on the show. That'd be awesome.
We'd love to have our version of a whammy.
That's right.
Oh, that
Okay,
would
here
be
we go
awesome.
with the spin.
at that thing spin, crap.
It's nice.
Mooch, you must especially like the red, white, and blue.
Love it. I was gonna say it's a Captain America wheel.
K-More
Hey, nice.
94.
Shout out to K-More94 who hooked me up with Crackdown back in Pat. Awesome dude. Always talking to me on
Nice.
Xbox Live. Chats on Twitter, guys. K-More, congratulations. Good to see you won something back from the show. So that's awesome, bro. Thank you. And
Congratulations,
don't forget
both of
tomorrow,
you.
folks, to wish you the one and only Crap Gamer a happy birthday.
Gamer.
Yes. Crap Gamer
Yes,
reviews.
and send me all your gifts and digital gift codes.
Digital gift codes
and
to
all that kind of stuff.
Crap. Yes.
Yes. That'd be awesome.
It's gonna be great. With that being said, guys, please do think and please think about Patreon helping us, support us. That $1, we know we love all the tiers, but even the $1 tier helps so much. And look, last week we put out I believe it was the week before last, pardon me, we had our Patreon show. This week coming up, we'll have another Patreon show for those folks in that tier. They'll get an early show, a good 1 hour show of M&C evenings on, it goes live on M&C's channel a week after for everyone to enjoy after the Patreon folks get a week with it. So that being said, I want to say enjoy your Sunday. Shout out to everybody that was here this morning. Well over 300 people. We thank everyone for coming out and spread the love, folks. Spread the love. Jay, do you want to take us out with a little M&C? Maybe we can do the M&C, the song that we had before our outro.
The song that we had before
I
the
can't
outro.
remember. How does it go? We haven't played it now in about a month or two. The one that was the first Live Wires rendition.
Well, wasn't that just the Mooch and Crap one? I'm not quite sure.
Yes, the Mooch and Crap one, yes.
Okay, we
the
can do
infamous
that.
Mooch and Crap.
Yes.
Let's do it. Thanks for showing up, everybody. Enjoy your Sunday.
WA.
Mooch and crap, mooch and crap. They talk about games and no drama smack. Search the web for media ties to catch these ponies in their lives. Look out, here comes Mooch and Crap. Are they bots? Listen up. They have Mountain Dew in their blood. NeoGaf, Xbox Reds, Crap's got 10 dog all over it. Hey there, here comes Mooch and Crap. From a tweet of Phil, Xbox hate will arrive like the Scorpio. Mooch and Crap are just in time. Mooch and Crap, Mooch and Crap. Any gaming do a Mooch and Crap. YouTube in is their core. A thumb in is its reward to them. Xbox is one big hangout. Whenever there's a game out, you'll find Mooch and Crap.
Wake on up, it's Mooch, it's Crap, and Jay in the morning. Wipe your eye boogies, get your coffee finished yawning. This is Mooch and Crap Morning Show. Wake up, let us begin with gaming news, skits, and call-ins from all the fans. No matter where you at, Cali or Pakistan, New York or New Guinea, this is where it's at. These are Xbox dudes with Xbox views on slander and hate towards Xbox news. This is Mooch and Crap Morning Show for the people, and they coming with it. Now do you understand? Now do you get it? Ponies love to lie and PC fans won't admit it, but Xbox hate is real and they all with it. Call in, let it ring in. We here to rock, we here to win. It's about the games, it's about the pride. Now Xbox community, come on, let's rock. Mooch and Crap Morning Show. Show, oh oh.